Welcome to another clickseminars.live 2 session with our speakers, and today I'm really excited to be introducing Kerry Fitzgibbon, as she's a new speaker but is also helping us with the registration, as you'll find out when you find out what Kerry does. So welcome, Kerry. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be part of Click Seminars. I mean, might be a new speaker, but I've been doing this for a few years now.
Yes, absolutely. Although, as you can't tell, you're very young.
Makeup, lighting, it does amazing stuff.
So tell us a bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I guess over the last 10 years, I'm best known for helping businesses all over the world. I help them with the latest Facebook marketing strategies. And typically when I talk about Facebook, Facebook owns Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. And I guess my key thing over these last 10 years, and something I jumped in when I first started doing social media, and it was social media initially, and then as I started doing the different multiple channels, I discovered there's only one of me and there's multiple channels, and what one was working the best, it was Facebook. I dove deep. But one of the things I discovered in the early stages is I started doing social media way back when it was social. Mm-hmm. And my key difference was I had 2 babies. I got into it because I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to stay home with baby number 2 after having to go to work when baby number 1 was only 4 months old. And so what I went, and so, we all know and I mean, I know I'm not just saying that if you're not a busy mum, and, everyone's busy, I get that. But at that stage, I was a busy mum with a toddler and a baby. And I was like, right, I can't be social on this network. I need to work out how to shortcut the process, how to hack the system and make money with social media so that I can stay home and look after these toddler baby. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've done. So I have coached people over the last 10 years in social media marketing, specializing in Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, but coaching them in systems, and systems is the word, that help them make money at the end of the day. Because, I don't know about you, and I'm sure you're exactly the same, Joe. To me, money's great. We love money, but money means freedom. And that's ultimately what I'm after. I want freedom to be able to hang with my kids or not. Let's face it, when we're mums, sometimes it's like nice to have that peace and quiet without them. But to have the freedom. At 10 and 12 now, actually my little baby, which is the reason why I got into this in the first place. I say little baby, he's turning 11 this month, so actually on Saturday from this recording. But yeah, so I help people over the world. I help them with the latest Facebook strategies. I come up with lots of different kind of hacks that help people shortcut the process so that they don't have to spend all day every day working inside Facebook, but they get the results from the work that they do inside Facebook, Instagram, using Messenger and chatbots and so on. So geek out on that.
The whole concept of, as you say, getting results, the whole concept of not having to spend 24/7 doing it is really appealing to our audience, I'm sure. And a lot of people who come to our seminars are really either just starting out or they're looking at doing something different to what they currently do. How did you get started?
Yeah, so that's... I jumped in boots and all, to be honest. So baby number 2 came along. I'd gone back to work after baby number 1, and I got into it. Actually, to be honest, at the initial stages, I needed to start a business from home. Yeah. If you want to start a business where you're not locational, handcuffed, so to speak, so you don't actually have to go to a location, here's what I find interesting. Some people go, well, I need business skills. I need to know how to run a business. Mine is you need to know how to market. And I knew that early on. So way back when I did it was just about the stage where Facebook was, it was just kicking off. No one was using it as a business. If they were using it as a social network. They weren't using it to make money. And I thought, right, okay, well, if I'm going to start this business, I need to know how to market. Facebook's it. I'm an ex-journalist. I went and researched and found someone. His name was Jonathan Budd. Some people way back will remember him, but he had these DVDs. I ordered the DVDs. They arrived home. I got my friend involved. we spread the kids out throughout the house, and we sat on the floor of our house for the weekend. She disappeared because she got bored. I fell in love. I took to it like a duck to water. Sat there on the floor of our house with these DVDs, learning how to use Facebook to grow a business. Before there was even ads, before there was anything, it was just a social network. And admittedly, there was probably a bottle of wine or two. And then I walked out of there, and, you know, I did 2 full immersion days. I was an expert after that.
Back in the day, you were. There were very few people who'd done 2 days at that stage. When lots of people hadn't even heard of Facebook at that time, had they? So,
well, and definitely not as a business. Actually, it's really interesting because I managed to. Here's the funny thing: is that sometimes, you know, all right, so I'm a big manifester, you know, and so you put out there and then it comes back. And at the particular time, I'm like, I've learned all these skills. I know how to do the stuff. Now I need to find people that will hire me to do so. And I actually managed to the next day, my friend rang me up and said, this particular couple here in Australia who were online marketers were looking for people to work for them, salespeople. Mm-hmm. So I applied for the job, and I managed to go under the wing of some really top online marketers. So I learned a huge amount of skills then. Their names are Andrew and Daryl Grant, and they've been friends and mentors since. But basically, I was able to get employed by them, use my Facebook skills. They didn't even believe it was possible, get them some massive results in their events and that back then. And then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. So, yeah.
That whole concept about learning from other people and getting mentors and investing in your learning is so key, isn't it? And you know, the people that will be watching your presentation have got that. They wouldn't be there otherwise. So that's really great to hear. So tell us a bit more about specifically what you're going to be teaching. We've, you know, obviously talked it's generic in terms of its Facebook. We know that. But what, you know, what key points or key strategies are you thinking that you'll be teaching the audience when we get together?
Yeah, so something I've been doing, especially, I mean, I guess the last couple of years I've refined it. I mean, although I've done this for 10 years and there is a system and there is the fundamentals with anything, but the last 2 years we've been getting absolutely massive results. It doesn't matter what business people are in, but basically we're using Facebook, and we're combining it, Facebook and Instagram, and we're combining it with a chat bot. And what we've been able to do is be able to get, start building really strong relationships with ideal clients. So I'm going to teach how you can identify your ideal client, where you can find them, how you can get them to know, love and trust you. So basically build relationships with them, how you can come up with a year's load of content that they are actually specifically searching for. I'm going to show you guys how you can come up with a year's load of content, 365 days of content on exactly what your ideal client is looking for and how you can do that in under 24 seconds, all right? It's a little, everyone that I have that does this is like, oh, where have you been all my life? And I say thank you later. So how you can build relationships with people to get them to know, love and trust you, because ultimately if you can build a community of raving fans, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter if Facebook changes, if there's a pandemic, what happens in the world, if your competition lowers their price. If you build that community, those raving fans that know and love and trust you, it doesn't matter about anything else. And you can, you know, I mean, I love to say to my clients, well, you can almost print money with that. And I'm not guaranteeing that, but you can almost print money with building that community. Then you can add in multiple income streams to that community. I'm going to show you guys how to build leads, a really qualified list through message bots and chat bots, through Messenger and chat bot, and then how to make sales from those, and then ultimately how you can automate the process. So the whole process I'll be teaching is, who are your audience? How do you get them to love you? How do you get them onto a list so you can, you know, money is in the list with all this sort of stuff, and a very qualified list. And then how do we get them to buy? And then how do we automate the process so that you can be drinking cocktails on the beach and your sales are doing which we know we don't do as business owners, but we would love to think that we do. But to automate the process to still have the freedom. And that's what my clients have been doing. And that's the system I've been teaching them over and over again. We have had so much success. We actually literally had one client last week, hasn't really, like this is what I hear. I hate Facebook. Facebook doesn't work. It sucks. I hear that so much. This particular client, Lisa, she sells jerky. She's one of the only Australian female jerky producers.
Yeah.
I hate Facebook. It's never going to work. Came into one of my training sessions where I'm taught her what I'm teaching you guys in this session. And last month she went from $4,000 worth of sales to $16,000 worth of sales in a month, but it was a lead gen campaign. So, you know, 280% increase in sales, whilst she got 1,500 new emails and phone numbers on her list at the same time. Wow. That's the strategy, but that's not a one-off. I mean, I could go on for ages about the number of people that I've been able to, that we're helping with the stuff I'm going to teach, that are able to produce what we call a self-liquidating lead magnet or a profitable lead magnet. So that means we're going to use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger to build a qualified list and then make sales from that list and then automate it.
Amazing. And I think as well, the thing that really sounds great to me is the fact that a lot of people either take the view that your client did, which is I hate Facebook, or they just think when you start saying Facebook bots, you know, advertising, it sounds too scary. And what you've just said already makes it sound so much more simple than you know, those sorts of preconceived ideas. So absolutely excited that you're going to be coming to share that. And I'd encourage people to come along to get that simple view, not easy, or is it easier, not simple, whichever, to really get you confident in using those systems. So thank you for that. And what sort of people do you think should come to your session?
Listen, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter where you are in business. One of the people that I specialize in, and I've worked with every industry, but I typically help the person that can't necessarily hire the big advertising agency, but I give you the skills and I show you exactly how you can actually get, actually, this is a little hack I'm going to show you, how you can actually tail end off some of the big brands out there, how you can get their marketing company effectively doing your ads and your campaigns and everything for you. So typically I'm more your entrepreneur, your smaller type of business, either service-based, product-based type of business. We have some medium-sized businesses, but we're mainly, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, service, product, even as startups, I help so many startups. In fact, one of my key things I teach a strategy that I did. So I don't just teach the stuff, I walk the walk as well. Mm-hmm. So once you learn the system, and I've had clients do this many times over, once you learn the stuff I'm going to teach you, you can rinse and repeat it in any type of business. So I actually have an international sportswear brand of clothing. It's called Marathon Girl, and it was kick-started, and I sold out of my first container of running tops, my merchandise, before I even had to pay for it. So I teach a system that helps startups to be able to sell it before they build it, with the process that I do inside, you know, in Facebook and its suite of apps. So I'm super excited by that.
Lovely. And so that works for, as you said, new people as much as people who've already got a product and a business and so on as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Brilliant. So any final words for our audience to encourage them to come and see you?
Yeah. Listen, I guess it's like, it is a really, really noisy world out there on Facebook, and you will be seeing, I no doubt, you're scrolling through your news feed and it's so damn confusing. You'll have one person say, hey, do this, one person do that, there's the latest thing, there's this, that, so much noise. I have always been known, and this is what my clients tell me, this is what everyone who comes to all the events, I speak at events all over the world, they all say, thank you, Kerry, you simplify the process. But just because I simplify the process, I'm going to show you step by step how you can use Facebook and its suite of apps, which includes Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, how you can build your leads and that. But I'm going to teach you, you know, simply how you can do it with a few little hacks in there as well. And I guess it's like, if you are really serious about using the world's largest social network to grow your business, then I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And I actually can make a guarantee that you will learn at least 1 or 2 strategies that you'll be able to implement straight away that will make a massive difference to your business if you come to my session. It's as simple as that.
Brilliant. Well, I'll be there. Make sure you are too. So thanks, Kerry. Great to have you on here talking about what you're going to be talking about at clickseminars.live too.